Hello, this is Nemesis, another review. This is Doctor Wu DWP31 Ninja set for Titans Return 6-shot. And you see 6 shots right there, and there's the set. It comes in a little baggie, and it consists, let's open this up and, well, if I can get my fingers in there. There we go. Consists of course, 2 swords. A new helmet, which we'll get back to in a little bit. Some filler pieces for the guns, and 2 adapters for the swords to peg onto the body somewhere. And yeah, so this is actually a pretty easy kit to use. Really isn't a whole lot to it. So just to get one of the guns. Here I'm going to put this off to the side slightly. So, just to focus on this real quick. Yeah. So this is pretty quick, easy. There's 2 different guns. They're not identical. They're mirrors of each other. So that each one goes into another. It's pretty simple. So you just kind of take this and slide it in this way. And it should, there's this little hole on here, little hole right there, will go onto the little Titan Master peg. And it will fill in the gun piece. And give it a little scope so there's no more gap. Do the same with the other gun. Slide it in. The other nice thing is, I believe you can remove these. You're supposed to be able to remove these, and I believe you. So you can still use the Titan Master in like the other modes and stuff. You can remove these, and there's little holes that go on here, so you can still combine the guns and still have the Titan Masters in there, which is actually really nice. It's parts formery, but I mean, it's, when you involve Titan Masters, you're already kind of in the parts forming thing, so that's pretty neat. Actually, I'll leave that one off real for now, because, of course, there are the swords, which, yeah, same plastic, no real paint or anything, but they do match somewhat. I mean, it mostly matches. It's a little bit slightly different shade of white, I think. Just a slightly different, but nothing too extreme. The swords are identical, but he has 2 of them. Even though he never used swords in the show, cartoon, blah, 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 I know. But it's kind of just cool, because he's supposed to be a ninja, and ninjas should have swords. So, you can hold those pretty well. That's a nice, snug grip. So you can wave around the swords. And what's really nice is, thanks to his transformation joint, he can actually, kind of do that sort of thing. He can hold them out forward like that. So, you can get some nice poses with using that. So that's actually kind of a little bonus. So now that joint has a use in robot mode. So you can hold his swords forward like, kind of that threatening pose of, I'm going to get you. And of course, those adapters I showed off earlier. Yeah, those adapters can, you can take the sword and just clip it in like that. It clips in, and you can use those adapters to plug it in on one of the holes. So like this one right here. It's 5mm compatible, so you can just store them in the back if you want. So you can do, 1 gun, 1 sword, each of them stored on the back, whatever you want. If I can just do that real quick. Of course, that doesn't want to, but of course, one of the big draws is the helmet, which I'll the new helmet, slightly different than the old helmet, and to remove the old one, you just want to pull that down, and it makes it easier if you remove the Titan Master. Just remove that. It makes it a little easier to get the helmet out. You just move this whole plate down, and right here, you can see just kind of put your finger right here behind this, and just kind of put your finger inside the helmet, and just kind of start wiggling it out, and it'll come out pretty easily, at least on mine, which makes for a pretty quick and easy removal. And just to kind of compare the helmets real quick, if I can close that. You can kind of see the slight difference in shape. This one has a less of a pronounced forehead thing. And, you know, this little detailing right here and whatnot. So just little differences. Mostly, but this is fully compatible. I noticed this one, this hinge is a little bit looser than on the stock one, but this one is also really tight. So it's not like it's a huge nightmare or anything. It's actually tight enough that, yeah, it's not coming off or anything. So that's nice. And again, just swap it in, just slide it in. It's real easy. And then the Titan Master should still be fully compatible with it. Should be. Yeah, it goes right in. This is actually kind of has a little bit of a looser grip, I think. Yeah, slightly looser grip on the Titan Master, but still holds in snug. Close that up, and I guess you got a new helmet for 6-shot. It actually looks really good, I think. It doesn't really matter too much either one, but I think go me. But I think this helmet looks slightly better just because this forehead thing is a little large on this compared to this one. I think this one just overall looks a little bit better compared to the stock one. So I think that's winds up really being a good thing. So you got parts forming, sure, but it's kind of a necessary thing just to get them to upgrade. I mean, you give swords. I mean, that's where a large chunk of the cost goes. I think it's about $18. Yeah, it's $17.99, $18 for this set. It's the Dr. Wu set. It's my first Dr. Wu set, but I personally think that this is actually a pretty nice set overall, especially for $18. For $18, yeah, this is definitely worth it. You get fills out the guns, makes them look a little nicer. You know, fills out the guns, makes them look nicer. He gives you a set of swords if you want that. And the new helmet actually really works really well. Adapters for the swords, so you can actually, you know, clip them onto his body anywhere. I guess including vehicle modes, which I'm not going to bother with. But $18, worth it in my opinion. Makes 6-shot just a little bit better. He's already a pretty good figure in his first place, but this just makes him just a little bit better. And the colors match pretty well overall, all things considered. So yeah, recommended. The only thing I think that could have made it better was just a tiny bit of paint on, like, say, the swords, like the hilt here or something right here, like maybe some silver or something, or some just detailing just to kind of match it. Yeah, some silver or something like right here just to kind of make that distinct, a little bit more distinct. But minor complaint. Again, worth it in my opinion if you have a 6-shot. So maybe they'll make a version for quick switch or whatever and make people happy for that. So yeah, this has been the Dr. Wu P31 Ninja set.